Well, hi, everybody. Welcome to NAUI's Dive Team Report. I'm your host, Greg Martin. You know, I grew up in the Midwest and got my scuba certification my senior year of high school. Heading off to college that year didn't give me, though, any additional opportunities to further that diving education. But in a number of instances, there are some very fine programs at the college level for students to learn diving and how it can play into a diving career. Dan Walter, assistant professor and scuba instructor with Western Illinois University, is part of one such program. Where did this program come from in a place like Illinois?
Well, we are getting ready to celebrate our 50th year of scuba diving being offered as a 4-credit class at Western Illinois University. In the fall of 2017 will be our 50th anniversary. So this has been going on a lot longer than I've been here. In fact, I took my first scuba classes at Western Illinois University back in the late 70s. It literally started in 1961 with a guy who just got interested. He was a gymnastics coach at that time. He got himself interested in scuba, and he started helping out some of his students get involved, and it evolved from that to a 4-credit class in 1967, and then it went along as a really great place to learn how to blow bubbles and see fish and take pictures and have a good time on vacation, until I came in 1998 and decided that this isn't enough for me. And it took me quite a long time to get the people at the university to even consider. My proposal was, let's create something that is going to help our students get a job. I mean, I feel the number one responsibility of any university or any school of any sort is get people the jobs they're training to get. And we have so many different majors on our campus that utilize scuba diving in one form or another as part of the job, and there's no one out there training these people to do this stuff. So I came up with this idea that let's create a minor degree, not a major, but a minor degree to augment all those majors and train those people to do those jobs. And they go out, and it has been working and working and working, and we've got people working all over the world now in their chosen field using scuba diving. So that's where it started, and that's where it is now.
It's interesting that, as I mentioned in the onset, that I was certified in the middle of Kansas. And, you know, we just don't think about places like that. Obviously, Illinois is a little closer to Great Lakes diving, which is a unique experience in of itself. You know, we just don't think about the Midwest as being a place that scuba diving would be so prevalent.
That's very true. And I tell my students at the beginning of every class, the beginning classes, that the worst thing about learning to dive in Illinois is the conditions. You are going to be in dark, green, murky water. It will be cold. It will be this. It will be that. And then I say, you know what? The best thing about diving in Illinois is the conditions, because you learn to dive comfortably and adequately in these conditions. You go anywhere else, and you're going to be the best diver there is. You go to Cozumel, you go to the Caribbean, you go anywhere where you can see, and you're going to be right back in the pool, and you're going to be phenomenal. And that has proven to be true more times than I care to admit.
What kind of numbers do you have signing up for the class every year?
I run 6 classes. I'm only allowed to teach 6 classes by contract. And I have 3 beginning classes. I have 1 advanced class. I have 1, the next level up, which we call the specialties class, which includes rescue diving and a whole bunch of other stuff. And then we have dive master class on top of that. Each class is allowed to have no more than 20 students in it because of limitation of equipment. So I can run up to 120 students per semester. I average between 95 and 110 on an average semester.
What do the students after, where do they go? I mean, obviously there's probably some success stories from your program.
Oh, most definitely. The largest major program at our university is what is known as LEJA, Law Enforcement Justice Administration. We're training cops. And lots of police officers, police departments have dive rescue teams. So literally 60 to 65% of all of my students come from that area, and and this is literally who I designed this program to help out, because I had all these LEJA students coming to me saying, if I take scuba, I'll be able to get a job better. So that got my wheels turning and thinking, well, what can we do to help them even more? So that's where it came about. Also, we have marine biology, which is a no-brainer. We have Recreation, Parks, and Tourism Administration. These are people that teach folks to go out and run resorts. The best resorts in the world are scuba resorts, so there you go. kinesiology is my own department. That's what used to be known as PE, and we teach instructors that can go out in the schools and implement a Scuba program within their curriculum. There's lots of peripheral ones like marketing and management and business and what's called IDT, Instructional Design and Technology. Those are the photographers and videographers that can all use this. And I've had students from all these areas. And I, of course, get students from just out there, computer science and this and that and the other thing. So we get students from everywhere. But the vast majority come from the law enforcement area. And the subdivision below that is the new program called Fire Science. Of course, fire departments have as many dive teams as police departments do. So those two put together make up the lion's share of my students.
I guess this is just kind of a blunt question here, Dan. Why NAUI?
Mainly because of the academic freedom. I have been headhunted by every other organization out there when they look at my numbers saying, we want you. I'm sure you do. You want my money. The issue is NAUI lets me teach everything that I want to teach. The beauty of the university system is I have 16 weeks with each student at each level. And in that amount of time, you got to be able to do something. Some of these other organizations out there say you can only teach X amount and then you have to get them to pay more to move on to the next level. That doesn't work in a 16-week semester. NAUI, because they allow me to go above and beyond, is the perfect fit for a university system just because I can do so much.
So when students come out of the program, Dan, what do they come out as? It's not just a basic open water certification.
And that's our beginning level. Our levels are 108, 208, 308, 408. Those are in the kinesiology department. That's what we call them. 108 is the basic course. The 208 is advanced open water diver. 308 is what we call specialties, and everyone gets rescue certified, and the students get to choose what other specialties they want to train in. So at the end of the program, the 408 class, that is our dive master class, everyone that chooses to can come out as a NAUI dive master. And then we have a next level above that, which is not part of the minor degree, but is an option if they choose to go on and become instructors.
Is there something that the dive community can do to assist you?
They can come up with ways that we can raise more money. We can certainly use corporate sponsorships to help us out with equipment, because our equipment does not last very long in a pool. Anybody that dives, I have 20 sets of gear we use in the pool to train people with. And we have 120 people using that gear every week. So every set of equipment is in the chlorine water for 8 to 12 hours a week. That just kills scuba equipment. So we're always replacing equipment much, much sooner than any dive shop ever does, and it is thrashed. When we finally get rid of it, it doesn't work at all. There's holes in wetsuits, there's holes in PCs. That's the way it is. We have a dedicated set of equipment we use for open water. It never goes in the pool because we need to trust that out there. The pool stuff is, when things go wrong in the pool, we call it a teachable moment. So just last week I had 3 low-pressure hoses blow for BCs, and the kids are freaking out going, what's wrong? I said, well, that's what happens. Here's what you do, and we just move on from there. But it's an issue to keep this going. We can certainly use all the help we can get.
From my perspective, I want to say thanks for offering an incredible program, keeping this program going.
I certainly appreciate that. Feel free to pass my email and phone number as far and wide as you want.
Well, programs like the WIU Scuba Education are critical to keeping a strong cadre of new divers flowing through the industry, and it's important that they receive as much support as we can give them. If you want more information on their program, visit wiu.edu. And of course, be sure and check out NAUI's new website at naui.org. And that's this episode of NAUI's Dive Team Report. I'm Greg Martin. Thanks for listening. I'll see you underwater.